just getting some work done today. I'm gonna keep it to about an hour. I'm gonna drop a bunch of stuff. And I have wonderful news. I was streaming last night on Twitch. I got a ton of work done. Oh, I have it open. Because I was gonna show you. I actually did some prep and I thought about what I wanted to do. I've been able to get my wits about me a little better this past week, with some of the chaos settling. But last night I decided to get some work done, and I was gonna work on a different one. I actually wanted to finish the stained glass piece, but for some reason I gravitated to finishing the line work on this, which is pretty complicated, so I feel super happy to have that all finished. But at the end of stream, I thought I was gonna have to start over. I thought I lost all of this one, and I thought I lost all of this. But it turned out, I guess the last video I had done to try and check my audio, so it wasn't clipping anymore for Twitch, it pushed my memory limits over the edge, and so it wasn't letting me open the files. So I ended stream, I deleted those, and oh my gosh, the files opened. So, oops, oh, because it, there we go. Oh, my chair's all funny. I have to adjust at the right I'm at a weird table. I had to move my setup. My studio is in flux. So, today I'm just gonna get about an hour of work in, and we'll see what we do. I need to fix the sword for multiple reasons. So, I want to keep the parts that I like. I hope everybody is doing well this wonderful Wednesday. I know, I'm mad. I don't like doing morning streams anymore. I only have one mug, and I fill it with coffee, and if all I do is just drink the coffee, I'll be too amped up. It's okay. I counteracted watering it down with some hot chocolate though, so I just have like gently caffeinated hot cocoa. I need like a second cup though, so I can have tea or something to just kind of help when you talk a lot, you know. Helps to have some moisture. Alright, so I'm gonna try to get rid of some of this. I don't know. Actually, let me put... Oh, that looks so cool. Alright, and then basically I fucked up the whole sword. That's why I do stuff on different layers. The sword needs to be the same thickness the whole way down, and I made it have sort of a flare. And I'm like, oh, if I had merged my line art layers, it would have been much, much more difficult for me to go ahead and make that change for my commissioner. But as it stands, it's a pretty easy one for me to accommodate. Also, it looks like it's crooked. So I will fix that while I fix the rest. Did I make I did not duplicate. Okay. So before I go too much further, I'm gonna duplicate this layer. So just in case I mess up and go, oh gosh, I wish I didn't delete that, you know, I've got to back up where I didn't. I do like the hilt, and kind of some of the effects I have going down here. However, the whole sword itself needs to go. And I feel like the glow around it just didn't, like, it wasn't enough. So I think I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Ooh, I've been doing some, basically just rehauling everything. So I've been streaming on Twitch, sometimes doing art, and then I've also been starting to stream over here. But I might try to work out how to just multi-stream to both. And then that way, you can just watch whichever one's more convenient. Although, if I do game streams or those, like, I think that's gonna stay specifically over on Twitch. Or if I multi-stream those, it will be to the Sketsbutts YouTube channel, which is much more geared around gaming rather than drawing. I feel like, while I do both and they are both part of what I do, the games just kind of have a a different vibe. So if you like coming out and hanging out with creators in sort of that atmosphere of getting to see them play games, and I'm definitely way more focused on drawing when I'm doing work streams, so it's really fun for me to get to play games. And it actually encourages me to do so, since I often like to, I don't know how many hours on Baldur's Gate 3. I got Baldur's Gate 3 at launch. Somebody was so very kind to purchase it for me. And I end up opening Baldur's Gate 3, and I have to close Baldur's Gate 3. Well, actually... it stays open on the loading screen, and I'll like walk away, but as soon as I open it, my brain just goes, is there something more productive I could be doing? Should I be working on a commission? Should I be updating a profile? Should I be, you know, insert what work-related thing that you could possibly think of. So it's fun to just kind of be like, hey, what if I had fun and played a game? And of course, you know, everything's gotta be work. But no, actually, being able to stream with everybody and play games is so fun. It's fun to play games, yeah. In some sense, I'm like, I get some satisfaction out of it, I suppose. But I think that's why I generally go and draw instead of playing a video game, is because I get more satisfaction out of drawing at the end of it. And so, like, I will enjoy, like, Subnautica was really fun and was actually the first thing I started streaming on Twitch. And everybody was like, it's such a good game, you have to. And I was like, alright. And it was one where the story was absolutely worth it. I was like, okay, alright. And more than just the game being a good game, though, it was really fun being able to, like, share that with chat. And I realized, like, the neatness of sharing something you enjoy with, like, a creator you like. So you're like, oh, so-and-so's playing this game I like, and, you know, it's a form of, like, sharing a medium that we all enjoy, or that you enjoy and hope that I do too. It's been really fun. The greatest thing has been Pokemon. because I grew up in the generation of Pokemon Brain Rot and never really got to play the games. Everyone got me art supplies for Christmas. And so my sister would get like gift cards or like book stuff and whatever, and she'd get more varied things, and I would get a lot of art centric gifts, and I'm not mad about it. I still use the Copics I got for Christmas to this day. Hey Deathlight, how's it going? Like I've had my Prismacolor pencils since I was like 14? No. Yeah? No. It's like middle school. I got, oh no, okay. So in middle school, I got like a little set of, I think it was like 32 pencils or whatever. So it had a fair bit of like variation in the colors, but it wasn't like the biggest set. And I did my best to keep track of it, and then it was just like, it was at that stage where I was still like not very good at cleaning up after myself, and so one of my pencils got broken and I was really sad, and then one of my other pencils got lost because I didn't make sure I like put my drawing stuff away, and I found it way later, and I was like really pissed. I was so mad. And I was like, if I ever get nice art supplies again, I'm like going to take the best care of them ever. And so like a couple of years later, I think I did get Christmas money, and I went and I got myself the 72 set of the Prismacolor pencils, and I was like, I will take the best care of these ever. And I think to this day I still have all of them. I'll have to double check. And if I didn't, it was because I took a pink one and a blue one to sketch with. And those are in a pen cup, and I know where they're at. But the other ones that I got were Copic markers, and I got those when I was like a freshman in high school. Oh, so I got my Copics when I was like 14. I got the Prismacolors then when I was like 9 or 10. Yeah, I think I got the first ones when I was 9, so I probably bought the bigger set when I was like 11 or 12. And I still have, I think I maybe lost one Copic this whole time that I've had them. So it's been like almost 20 years. Seriously? Oh. What? My Copics are my Copics are almost half my age. I mean, I don't know if they make them like that anymore, but that speaks to I just like their reusability. It was such a big moment for me too to get something like such nice markers like that, because previously I'd only had like those silly little art kits with the funky stuff, and I'd gotten like, no, I lost it trying to think of which way the sparkle would go right here, and my lines are too thin. I need to make them thicker. Oh, the way the markers layer, it's streaky, they don't look good, and they bleed through the paper, so like it's really hard to, I feel like, make really good artwork with those markers. So it's one thing if you're just like doodling, or it's the only thing you have on hand. You can make art with anything. Like the tool you have to work with can be limiting in some factors, but I mean, I can make art out of like shit I find on the ground if I really want to, because I'm bored. So where there is a will, there is a way. Anything's a medium if you try hard enough. No, slush, mud, and lakes. No, you're gonna turn into a kelpie. Ooh. Ooh, I've only seen like, okay, what if it's a kelpie, but it's like a different type of water? What about a kelpie that lures you into like the freezing cold water instead of like the murky depths? I want to draw that now. Oh wait, no. Ah, Frozen did it, didn't they? Isn't that what those were? I saw that movie so long ago. Sparkly water horses were angry. That's what my brain's coming up with. All right. I don't think they were kelpies, were they? Oh, hang on. Still got a lingering cough from from a chest cold here. But even then, yeah, they were like ocean themed. They weren't like a lake theme. So what would like an icy lake? That's why they have... Oh! So I know... I can't remember. Do kelpies always have horns? Or is it not always? Because I'll slap horns on anything. I was going through my sketchbook and there's so many animals I just drew unicorn horns on for... just for shiggles. So... I'm like, I don't remember if they actually have horns or if I just added them. Scott's do what she wants. But like, I could imagine that if they were like breaking up through a frozen lake, having a horn would be beneficial and just kind of allow them the ability to like break through the ice. This needs more like sparklies. I just don't want this to be too cluttered. I just remembered I should have been using 15 pixels this whole time. Maybe I won't put that one there. Some of the details can be ended up like painted on too. I was at a what is it? It wasn't a thrift store. It was it was like a salvage yard. But not? It was like for antique stuff. I don't know. I'll have to remember the name of it. It was really, really cool. But they had some stained glass panels in the back. And so I took some pictures while I was looking at them. And they had a lot more of the details that were like painted or applied, rather than details that were like cut into the small pieces. So it was really, it was so old it was starting to fall apart, and it was almost more of a display piece. It was so cool. Oh, maybe I'll see if I can find the photos. I've been taking so many pictures of stained glass that I've found around just because I think it's so pretty. It's one of my favorite things. And I don't think I've ever really owned anything that was stained glass before. It's just something I've always thought was so, so beautiful. And like, my high school, one of the art classes, they got to do like stained glass pieces. And I was jealous. And frankly, I guess I never got over it. So we're here drawing it digitally. Maybe one day I can actually try to make some. I think that would be really neat. I would have to record those art gremlin adventures, I think. But I don't even know where I would. I don't even know what time I would have to do it. But I'm actually hoping to get to do more. So thank you for being here and watching this channel, because I'm inching my way towards getting monetization, which would just allow me to continue to do more things and share more art. Because I absolutely adore doing commission work, but if commission work is the only thing I do, I haven't been able to do as much stuff for myself lately. So I'm trying to find ways that are healthy, because it's really funny. It's not funny, it's really sad, honestly. I think I've even heard larger creators talking about it with like the whole burnout and stepping away from YouTube as a platform. It's because it consumes your life. Everything becomes content, and even for me, everything I make is art. So I'm like, oh, I should share this, I should post this, I should, and it's not because I don't know, I don't need the likes on social media, but like, it's fun to share something that I made. And my validation comes from just making the thing. I don't need anything else, I'm good. So like, the joy that I get out of sharing stuff online doesn't come from the likes and the numbers. It comes from getting to share my knowledge and like inspire other people. I'm going through a pretty rough time right now, but I'm doing okay. And I think the reason that I'm doing okay is because instead of getting sad, I'm like, yeah, but I could just draw something, and then I feel happy. Like, it's really hard to feel sad for a long time when I look at something that I've created and I go, yeah, I made that. It makes it a lot harder for me to continue to feel down. And so, it's how I've gotten through the last couple of years. Like, I say it's been a rough time, but I work for myself because I deal with a chronic illness. There's a lot of rough times, and I get through them with art. It gives me a way to feel good when everything else feels really bad. And it doesn't fix anything. It doesn't magically make me happy, but I can choose to look at it and go, I'm proud of this, and find joy in that. And that usually helps me get back up and start going and making the real progress and doing the things that will make a difference. And it's been there for me. And I think that some people have different hobbies that do that for them. But I think art is just it's so accessible, because you only need a pen and a paper and not even an idea. You can just doodle. And it's so inaccessible because people's mentality about it is that if it's not good, that they shouldn't make it. And they let that fear of being bad or making something that's not perfect stop them from creating at all, or make the creative process stressful for them. And so it no longer becomes something that they can look at and take pride in. It becomes another thing that they've failed at, something that they've, another thing that proves all these sad feels or something. And I've been there, but like, it also, you have to try. It doesn't always look good on the first go. Sometimes I have to draw things multiple times. And I think the resilience that I've found in art has given me similar patience to try to get through some of the stuff in life that's trying and needs patience. Because in life too, sometimes stuff doesn't go the right way on the first time. And if you give up the first time, you never find out what would have happened if you didn't give up. And that's where I feel like I see a lot of people get hung up. And it's one of the reasons why I've been able to do commissions for a living when so many others have kind of overstressed and failed, is because I find passion in this. I find joy. I don't look at a commission that I finish or a commission that I have to do anymore. I used to in the beginning, and I'd go, oh, there's this big thing I have to do. And it's this weight and this burden. It's another thing on my plate that I have to take care of. And I saw it as this thing I had to lift. But now, as I've kind of worked on having other like artistic outlets for hobbies, it's gotten easier because I focus on just the joy I'm gonna bring to the commissioner when I finally deliver the piece. And it's a great motivator. It's not about getting my backlog down so much as it is about making my customers happy. And when I change the focus from a negative to a positive, it's still accomplishing the same goal. I still want to complete the commissions and get my backlog down, but the weight and the pressure that I'm putting on myself is severely reduced when I think about it as, bringing joy to people. And I don't know, if I can inspire people to create, it just makes me happy. Like, anytime somebody's in my inbox being like, hey, how do I draw this? If you're not crawling in and being like, oh, my art's so bad, I'll never be good, I'm awful, and I'm like, I can't help you. If you're not trying to get better, if you don't want to improve, like, I can't help you. But if you're like, hey, I'm really struggling with this and I don't understand how to do the lighting, and I'm like, I'm really stuck, do you mind helping me? I've gone and grabbed a reference that I have in my folders, or the tutorial that I followed when I was starting out, because I saved a ton off of DeviantArt, or off of like Google search and stuff. Like, I found how to draw wings, I found how to like pick a lighting source, and so when somebody's coming to me, I'm like, okay. And as long as they are like trying to improve and like actually trying, I'm always happy to help. And like, art shouldn't be something that has to be perfect to be done. I think that there can just be joy in creating, good or bad. It's a learning process. A bit like the dust picture, how many times did I redraw some parts? Which one? I remember I was getting frustrated on something last night, and I was just like, go draw something else. And then it was fine. I just got like stuck hammering on one thing that wasn't perfect, and then I was starting to get frustrated because that one thing wasn't coming out right. And there's still like 80% of the picture to be drawn, but I'm stuck on the 1%. So I was like, let's let this part down and come back around. I don't even remember what I was stuck on. But I do remember getting frustrated. I let it go, and I moved to a different part, and I came back around. But it's a great practice in learning patience. Patience and resilience. But I think one of the biggest traps that people have when they try to start doing commission work in general is that they will get behind and they will get that backlog, and then they feel overwhelmed. And then what? And that kind of ends up being the thing that causes them to burn out because of all the pressure. And in the end, it wasn't fun and they don't want to do it anymore. And it's totally understandable. Like, that is not a good time for anybody. The commissioners included. Like, it's one thing to wait on your art, and it's another if, like, you feel like you're constantly freaking the artist out every time you ask them. It's like, most of the time people just want to know that you have not forgot about them. They want to know that you're still making progress. Like, did you ghost them and take their money? Yes or no? They just want to know, like, tick the box. No, I did not ghost, you know? And it's really disheartening because it is overwhelming. Not everybody is cut out to do commission work, and that's a real fact. Especially when it comes to, like, I knew people who tried to do commissions, and instead they were playing video games because they would get too much anxiety thinking about doing commission work. So they would put off the commission work to play video games, and then eventually they were behind on the commission work, and then they felt bad because they've just been procrastinating. They didn't even have, like, a life thing come up. They were just like, oh, now it's been like 3 months, and every time I come home from work, I've just been playing a video game. I'm like, then why'd you take the freaking commission if you're not gonna invest the time into it, you know? It's, I don't think a lot of people really understand what kind of commitment commissions end up being. Like, you have made a contract. So it's interesting. But for those who can do it, I think that it's awesome to be able to do something so fulfilling. But it shouldn't have to be something you make money off of either for it to be something that, you know, like, you don't have to be good at it. Just do it. Make it because it's fun, because it's relaxing. All right, let's see if this... I should erase what's behind there, but I don't want... Okay, so we duplicate the layer, so if I mess it up, I've got the backup. All right, perfect. And we'll save my file. Hey, Bootsy, how's it going? I just love saying that, Bootsy. I love it when people have, like, fun names. It's one thing I like on Twitch when I go and I'll subscribe because my name is Scuts Butts. It usually gets someone to say something about it, and it always is just, it's hilarious. I found one stream where somebody was drawing stuff and giving, like science facts. And so, they're like, oh, Scuts Butts, thanks for joining. Did you know if you cut a flatworm in half, it has 2 butts? We have a little song about that, and played it, and it's just like, oh, like, I love the interactivity of streaming. It's adorable. I can see why it makes people's days. Especially just after 2020, it's been, I think, more important than ever that we make sure we're still connecting with people. Okay, I'm gonna erase out back here, and we'll see what happens, because the other pieces should stay. They should be, like, translucent through the magic. But the part through the sword should be erased. And same with the frame? Alright, one step at a time. This one's just got a lot of line work going on. I just have to take it slow, though. I get really overwhelmed when there's a ton going on in a piece. Kind of like the armor one I showed earlier. And it's, like, it's fine. Just take it on in small chunks. So, let's try filling in the sword, I guess. Let's see if that works. Just expand, and we'll fill it right here. Oh gosh, I did not think this through. I need to actually run this part by the commissioner. I don't know, I would rather just like work on a few things at one time and be able to wait for feedback rather than rush through something. I think that's another thing that I operate a little bit differently. Instead of working on just one piece nonstop before you work on the next one, I feel like that leads to some burnout just from like pushing so hard on one image, especially if you're like struggling on parts. Like we were talking about how I just had to go work on a different part of that dust sketch because something just wasn't coming out right. But then it was fine. It was as long as I worked on something else. So it's kind of that avoiding rework. But I just like to run stuff by. So I'll finish this and then I'll start working on some other pieces, and maybe I can get feedback about the sword while I'm working on the background. That's another thing. Just move to a different part of the commission while you're waiting for feedback on a different part. So if I'm like waiting for feedback about the hair, I'll start working on the outfit or something like that. Though at that point, I've already made sure, if I'm doing like the hair and the outfit, I've already made sure the pose is good and the anatomy is good before I've started adding the details of the hair. Because otherwise you just have to erase it, you know? So why not just make sure it's right first, and then I only have to do it once. Like, the more times you have to redraw something, the more time you are probably gonna get frustrated doing it. But it's something that, I mean, some people just don't even do like edits. I don't know. I mean, I suppose if that's how you function with your commissions and you choose to do so, that's how you go. But I feel like if you just one and done something and don't make any changes or adjustments, like there's such a high chance of something not quite being what a customer would like. And I feel like if I delivered on a bad, like if I didn't draw someone's character well, then why would they want me to draw their character again? You know what I mean? Juan, hi, how's it going? Missed my stream. Yeah, it's alright. It's been, I'm dealing with packing up some stuff and moving some things, so we should have some more consistency coming up here. I've just had a transitionary period in life going on. So once I'm no longer juggling that, it should be okay. Just for now, I'm trying to like do stuff in I'm juggling work, backlog, and stuff around the house on top of packing stuff. So I'm just like, my plate is very full, but it's great that I love drawing, because even though my plate is full and everything else is like going on, I was just like, okay, do I have time for a stream today? Do I have time for a stream today? And I'm like, I don't have time for a long stream, but I really wanted to get on and stream because I just want to work. I've been doing so many other things, and like my brain is just like, I need to relax. I just want to sit down. I just want to draw. And that's another reason why I'm like successful at commissions, is because like I enjoy this. I'm not sitting here mad that I'm not drawing stuff for myself. I'm sitting here working on something that's delighting other people. I just get to draw. I'm getting paid to do something I love. Like I am in my element and I am vibing. reminds you someone got annoyed and posted a thing showing a commissioner asking about one a month about a commission in progress and pretty much said, please don't do this. And you're like, commissioner has been asking for half a year or better for an update, something they commissioned for you, and you gave them nothing. Personally, you'd be pissed. Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, I had one person recently who was asking me quite a lot about their commission, and I'm just like, look, it is still the same answer. I have had a lot of stuff going on the last couple of months that I was not intending to have happen, and so I have been moving through my commission queue very slowly. I really appreciate the patience. Can you please wait to check in on me until after about like mid-February? Give me a chance to make some progress so I can actually give you an update. And so instead of even getting upset at them for checking in with me too much, I just said, hey, I'm going really slow right now. This would be a better time to check in with me again, because I have absolutely no problem with people wanting to know what's up with stuff, you know. If you have paid the invoice and if you have this person's money, then you have made a deal that you will make art for this exchange. So like you kind of at the very least owe like letting people in the loop and know what's going on. So it's just wild to me, but I get it from the other side. It's like an overwhelming sense of guilt, like, oh, this person's asking because they want it and I haven't done it yet. And you know, like, people get kind of they put too much pressure on themselves with it, instead of realizing that people just want to, like, they're not fucking trying to burn your house down with a pitchfork because you haven't gotten to their commission yet. They just want to know that you're still working on it and that it's gonna happen. Yep, but you gave them an update on what's going on. An artist then gave nothing and complained about it on social media. That is absolutely inappropriate. Like, that is not how, that person should not be taking commissions. Like, you should at least let them know what's going on. At the bare minimum, you should have some kind of public queue. Like, you can find mine in my Discord, and I let people know before they commission me that it's going to be a little bit of a wait because I'm working on my backlog. Unless it's an in-stream commission, and that is a direct turnaround time. So, you know, it's very... What's the word? It's very baffling to me that people are so disrespectful of that. And it's even more wild to me that this person would go and say that on social media, because I guarantee you that is such a huge turnoff to so many people who might have otherwise been interested in their art, who are now just going to be like, ooh, I don't want to work with that person. They're not communicative. Nobody cares if you take a minute. It's annoying a little bit if you're like waiting for a ref sheet or you were told one thing. Like, sure, you might be like, okay, fine. I'm not pleased about this, but most people can understand that we're human and shit happens. And what makes me absolutely furious about that is this type of work is something I do because I have a chronic illness, because I have days where I do not expect I'm gonna be down, and it prevents me from holding a regular job. I depend on that kind of communication. And I can go, hey everybody, like right now, I have a random life event happening, and I can go and say, hey everybody, I have to kind of stop, and as much as I would love to keep drawing right now, I need to spend some time picking apart my belongings and putting some things in boxes, and that's okay. And instead of having to push myself physically to a limit where I would be not able to work at all, like I am able to kind of pace stuff out because I can slow down work for a second, knowing that I'm going to pick this up and go as soon as I take care of that. I rolled my ankle and I could not even walk. I was literally stuck in a recliner for about 6 months because I tore 2 ligaments. I depended on people understanding that I was gonna need a minute to get to stuff, and they could understand that that was a big impact on me not being able to get around. Any other job would have fired me. Like, so the understanding and the patience that I get is the benefit of the job. So why on earth would you shit on the biggest benefit that you have from the support that you're getting? Like, that's the equivalent of no call, no show at a job if you're not talking to your commissioner. And, like, it's just absurd. Sorry. Apparently we hit a nerve. We got a Scots rant. Talk to your mother commissioners or don't take commissions. Okay? This is coming from the person who says Scuts does what she wants. I say I do what I want, but I still do the right thing, which is talk to my damn commissioners. Like, oh my gosh, that would not fly at any job. Why would you advertise your horrible customer service on social media to boot? I don't understand that. It's part of your job if you're taking commissions to stay in touch with people about their commission work. That's it. That's the whole mathematics of the equation. I don't know. I feel like a parent, or no, I feel like you guys are the parents, and I'm like, this is like original character daycare. I'm like, okay, here's how your character's doing. We did finger painting today. It's an update on the shading. But like, I don't know. I think that's one of the reasons why I also just have success doing this, is because I enjoy it. It's not like a pain in the ass to me to be like, oh, here's an update on your commission, as I smack it begrudgingly into their DM. I grab my little art gremlin ass and I run up to you like a little fucking kid scribbled crayons on a fucking napkin, and I'm like, look at what I drew. And when the commissioner is basically like, mom, and's like, I'm going to put this on my fridge, and it's like halfway done, you know, that is some motivation. And then when I actually get to finish the piece, to get to see how happy and excited, but like, updates are a positive thing for me. I'm always excited to see the keyboard smash, or know that things are on the right way, or get an update. So I don't know. It's a very I hate retail mindset, which I totally understand. But also, don't choose a job that's based around customer service if you really hate customer service. I don't know. Like, that is the worst thing about this job, is that, like, I'm everything. I'm my own customer service. I'm my own, I produce the work. You know, if I'm sick, it doesn't happen. And it's like, it's part of the job. Am I gonna bitch about it? I could. But like, I definitely wouldn't bitch about commissioners just wanting updates. Like, this was part of the contract. I'm just built different though. I am Art Gremlin. I am that meme of like the little creature that emerges from the cage or the cave, and it's just like, I have drawn this, and then it like crawls back in. Like that is just me. My mother now just like, my mom doesn't even say I'm an artist anymore. She just says I'm an art gremlin. So she birthed me, and if she says so, this must be true. So I'm just officially, I have become gremlin. The caffeine's kicked in now. At the beginning of the stream, I was still waking up, but now, it's almost the end. Aw. See, look at that. I'm sad. I don't want to stop drawing. I don't want to go pack stuff. Damn it. I'm definitely gonna be on later tonight, probably with the microphone off, just because there's gonna be a lot going on. But if I can get some more drawing time in today, I'll be on Twitch, and then hopefully I might, if I started doing more like just work streams on YouTube, is that, I mean, I draw like multiple days during the week. I just only stream on YouTube one day of the week, which was because I was going to try to do more structured like lessons. But everything's so frantic life right now that commissions have to be first and foremost. So I might as well work on commissions while we're hanging out. It's still part of what I do. And apparently I have plenty of input and insight on the topic. So speaking of, I'm thinking about maybe doing like the multi-stream so that I could stream to both at the same time. But I'm kind of doing, I'm in the middle of a stream rehaul, more or less, behind the scenes. So if there's any input you have, I would definitely consider it as far as, I mean, the YouTube, this is like the blankest slate I think I even have. But I would be open to considering things while I'm in the middle of reconstructing them. But I will be streaming so much more in the following month. I am so excited. I think I'm actually gonna start like just like a quest to finish my backlog. And like we can just do it together. Instead of me feeling like the weight of it, I could just be like, what if we all did this together, and I just kind of like stream working down my backlog and we just like make a countdown or something. I think I need that kind of motivation. It'll be good. I mean, I have enough motivation, but a peek into the life of an art gremlin. Yes. We hit a very solid point on both sides. Art's a two-way street, and even more when commissioning is concerned. Absolutely. And if you really didn't like a commissioner, just finish what they want with a smile and then never take another from them again. Exactly. There's... oh, excuse me. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna mute for a second. Yep. But for the most part, I've only had one commissioner I never wanted to work with again. So that was pretty good. That was just somebody who wanted me to draw in the My Little Pony show style without saying so. And we're slowly asking for like, we're talking probably like 20, 30. I was going on way too many edits. I'm probably exaggerating. It was probably more like 10 or 15. But it was just, can you make this smaller? Can you make that smaller? Can you do this? Can you make that more rounded? Can you make this more rounded? Can you make their noses shorter? And then like 10 edits in, I'm like, I think they used the term marshmallow hoof. Can you do the marshmallow hoof? And I was like, you just want me to draw in the show style. Why did you commission me when I don't draw in the show style whatsoever? And I didn't finish that commission. I offered them a refund. They didn't want the partial refund. They just wanted the files that I had completed thus far. I think they realized they were being a pain. Because I did offer a refund and they turned it down. But I didn't even have the money to refund them at the point. I was going to find a way to refund them because the time that I was spending trying to rework their commission could have been spent on multiple other commissions. And I was just like, no. So that was probably my commission nightmare. Oh no, I had one other that was worse. Ooh. Should I do a commission nightmares video? The second one actually has a really good ending though. That's the best part. That's funny though. I think I only really think of like 2 commissioning nightmares right off the bat. I've been doing commissions for like 10 years. So the fact that like off the top of my head, the only 2 ones where I was like, oof. It's like, oh yeah, no, it's 2. That's not too bad. One was back in 2000 and I think it was like 2015. And the other was in 2020. So they were even like 5 years apart. So I've got like 2 years before my next nightmare commissioner. Okay. Oh yeah, you want one? Okay. Yeah, I'll do a commission nightmares video. I'm sure there's a few more. There's got to be at least one more. I mean, anytime a file's deleted, am I right? Your file's corrupted. I would like to yeet myself into the void and scream. But that's also pretty rare. Alright, I think I'm just gonna kind of... Everything else is very organic shapes, so I think I'm gonna try to do very geometric shapes for the background. Ooh, do it on a new layer, new layer. Don't draw stuff willy-nilly. Do I want it? Nah, I'll finish the backdrop later. I do like that little split over there though. Alright, so... Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget either. I've got a new notebook. It's basically my brains. You want... How do you say that? What does that mean? You want gossip. That's awesome. If I need help with multi-streaming, your friend that does news for the Brony fandom streams to 3 different platforms, so he knows how to set that up. Awesome. I know that there are a ton of resources to do so on YouTube. Where is it? Here. I'll do it. I'll see if I'll do that for my next video, because I've been doing some like ones geared towards a different topic, but I think that one's a super fun one. Ugh. I could tell the story of my art teacher nightmare. I got my art teachers to fight on accident. Oh, God. I felt so bad. Oh, gosh. You do not understand how bad I felt. I was like the good kid. I just didn't want to do anything wrong. I didn't want to cause problems. I just wanted to get the heck through school and go home so I could draw. And I felt so bad because they were my two favorite teachers, and then one of them was not my favorite teacher anymore. But I still felt so bad that they got, like, in an argument, and I was just like, I didn't mean to cause trouble. But it was all right. I won a competition. So that's all that matters in the end. How much more do I think I can get done on this? Oh, it's already past 2? No. I don't want to stop drawing. I don't. You're gonna have to drag me off of my computer. Alright. Okay, fine. I will stop here. I'm gonna send this off to my commissioner, make sure that the sword update looks good and that they are happy. And then if I am able, I will probably be doing a Twitch stream later. But it's gonna be pretty low energy after I've done packing some stuff. I'll probably have the microphone off, but if you want to come and vibe to some chill tunes while I work on some of my commissions, feel free to join me. I'm Scuts Butts over on Twitch, and I'm mad I have to get offline now. I can't wait to see you guys. I'll be on next Wednesday, and we'll see. We'll see about having... Oh! See about throwing my tablet pen. We'll see about having some good... We'll see about breaking away from doing commission work. I want to draw my ice cream poodle really bad. I just couldn't justify it today. So... yeah, this has been the highlight of my day. It's been a pretty good highlight of my week. So, I love streaming. My gosh. I love working on art. This is literally the best combo. So, take care. Have a good one. I hope your day is as good as mine. And I'll see you next time. Bye.